what you need in life is not rude.
It is the most difficult thing for me.
I understand that, and like I also I've struggled with stuff like that too. But like, and I'm telling you while also trying to tell myself that. But like asking for the things that you need in order to be happy and you need in order to be comfortable, that's important.
It is. Listen, I said it today during a meeting with some people. That I have to continue to work on myself.
Be your own advocate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a difficult thing.
Peace.
Love.
And crabs.
Crabs.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. Oh my God, this whole time I'm wearing a Joe's Crab Shack shirt, which has gotten me a lot of compliments today, weirdly enough.
Yeah?
Listen, who knew? I was literally I was doing a good duty today, and I was getting a COVID test, and as I'm trying to swab, she's trying to tell me the instructions, and she's like, yeah, so go ahead and put it in your nose for... Wait, is that a Joe's Crab Shack shirt? And I was like, oh yeah, it is. And she was like, oh my God, I love that. Okay, sorry. Let's go ahead. And I was like, wow.
Crabs bringing people together.
Honey, there's another shirt that I really wanted that said professional leg opener, but... I wasn't going to wear that. I wasn't going to wear that in person.
How's your week, Kiki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I survived, and sometimes when you can survive, you have to take note of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like, well, I did it.
Just getting through is enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. How was yours, pal?
Pretty good. I was at Disney at the beginning of this week.
Hell yeah.
I have a present for you.
Whoa, this is a live reaction right here, kids. I did not know this shit. Oh my God.
I got you a gift.
Oh my God.
When I was at Disney.
Oh my God. Okay.
Do you remember our last episode, how we talked about The Emperor's New Groove?
Yes. Oh, you gotta be careful. Cusco. Oh my God. Not only is it Cusco, but it's socks. Two of my favorite things in this world.
Doesn't he look so cute and
Dude,
sultry?
He's so adorable. I will say though, I believe he wears red in the film.
He's got a little like poncho thing.
We said we can't afford these. We can't afford red on. We gotta save it for Mickey, honey. No, thank you for these. Thank you. Oh my God, that was a live reaction on the pod.
Yeah.
You got me.
As soon as I saw them, I thought of you, and I was like, oh, that's it.
Thank you.
There they are.
Thank you.
What's your favorite ride at Disney?
Oh, okay. Are we separating it between California and Disney, or both parks?
Sure, let's... Oh, there's one.
Ooh, you're first, not me this time.
Let's do your favorite ride at Disneyland, and then your favorite ride at DCA.
So I almost said it, but I'm going to say, okay. So I'm going to say Disneyland. We gotta say, oh, you got me. No, I think that I can confidently say it's actually changed, because it used to be Pirates, but I'm gonna say Indiana Jones.
Wow,
it was so much fun. Like I also love Indiana Jones. Yeah, and I think as a child I was like, it was too intense for me. But I got older and I was like, no, this ride is amazing.
It's
like,
a great ride.
This is great. I love them. I love an immersive feel. And DCA, honey, it's no question. It's that Incredicoaster, baby. could ride that thing.
I love that ride.
I literally could just go and, like, I'm not even joking. Like, I could just be like, I'm not even joking. I could go to Disneyland California Adventure and just ride that all day and just be like, ride. Okay, let's go, like, go eat or go to something else. Yeah. Like, just ride it all day long, just like every hour on the clock.
I wonder if Disney's the first to do theming on a roller coaster, like a straight up just roller coaster, because like there's a story in the ride. You're chasing Jack, and like I
think they are. My theme park nerd self my memory's kind of failing, but they kind of are. But Disney's the first to do a lot of things.
They're amazing.
What about you?
My favorite ride in Disneyland, no question, is the Haunted Mansion.
Let's go.
I love it.
Still haven't been on the regular version? No, I'm sorry. I haven't been on the Nightmare Before Christmas version. That's what
okay.
I've been on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because when we went, it was closed.
Yep.
Oh, it was so sad. But you got me a book.
I did.
Was that for my birthday?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No. It was for Christmas.
It was for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that book.
Yeah.
All of the artists that worked on that ride, like meshing their art together to create something so like cohesively awesome.
Yeah.
It's like why I love art.
Absolutely.
So I love that ride.
And then
in DCA, baby, it's gotta be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's so good. It's so good. I really, really miss the Tower of Terror. Like, I really, really miss it.
Right.
But they did a great job with that ride. I love drops. I love big drops.
Sis, not me. But I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love that they have such amazing. I love that our music was Flashlight by Parliament.
Yes,
like love that. I had a great time. Mm-hmm. I just sorry, the person in the window is back. But I just get really nervous on drop rides. I just don't like the fact that I can't.
Okay, so like, can you explain to me how you can deal with that huge roller coaster drop? And you can't...
Because I'm strapped in.
Okay. So
and
you,
I feel myself.
Safe?
I feel myself still like I'm not like I'm just like whoa. Whereas Guardians, I'm feeling my body lift.
Your booty lifts out of the sea.
Off the sea. I feel like I'm in midair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh baby, I'm scared.
I purposefully like keep my strap a little bit like loose because I love feeling myself lift up. Like I've always wanted to fly. Like I've always wanted to like that would be so cool to fly. So it kind of makes me feel like I'm flying.
Listen, props to you, mama. Props to you.
He's like, you can fly away.
Fly away. Someday I'll fly away. We love Nicole Kidman. No, not really. Well, so, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
This week, we were drinking Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember that time? We went to Taco Bell.
We went to, speaking of theater, an event that more people should adapt to. We were going to a Caftan and Cocktails, basically like a very large like theater get together here in San Diego, coordinated by some cool people, and we were like, well, we'll bring food, we'll be cool people, we'll bring some
because everybody wants like a taco with a cocktail, right?
Like they promoted the drinks but no food, so we're like, you can't get blasted but then have nothing to munch on.
Yeah. So
we're like, well, we'll go to Taco Bell because it's cheap. Now, preface, I'd never bought a party pack before because don't need that much tacos.
Yeah.
Honey. Okay, now we indulged. We did get we got like a crunch
I got
wrapper.
A crunch wrap.
I think I got like a cheesy gordita crunch. Still, we only bought like 2 other items on top of that party pack. We finished ordering.
We go up to the window.
We go up to the window. They go. You're towards the next window.
Yeah.
And she goes, that'll be $50.27. And I was like,
we were like, wait,
$50?
$50 at Taco Bell.
The only
in one sitting, just for the two of us. Like we were the only ones in the car.
That was it.
That was
the only time in life I will ever spend $50 at a Taco Bell.
Every time we go now, I think about that moment where we looked at each other. We were like, "Are we really?"
The wind was genuinely it left my body. I was so upset. I almost was like, cancel the order because I'm not going to buy $50. And the thing was, we got there and these hoes didn't even say thank you.
Yeah, the way we like levitated when we heard that.
I was like, can you reverse it to the fucking park and just reverse, dude? I don't want to fucking pay $50 for these crap tacos that I could make at home for myself that taste better. Sorry, Taco Bell, but damn, you ain't worth it.
That was so funny. Anyway, so
welcome back to. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, please.
I was gonna say. I thought the story was over.
Oh, it is.
Oh well, then. Welcome back to Revolving Doors, a
theater
podcast.
Who are you?
I am your stepbrother who definitely doesn't understand how to use a blender and decides to put a fork in it when it was moving. Kian.
And I am. She needs wide open spaces. Jill Jones.
Love it. You ever think about a part? Oh, here I go again on a tangent.
No,
you ever think about a part of a song that you like? You could just listen to that, like the song could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, but just that 15 seconds you're like, yeah, honey, you got it.
I got it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot.
Doja Cat. All on my tongue, I want it. I feel like fuck is so good. That part. I love that part. I love that whole it's amazing. I could listen to it all the time.
I have 2. One of them is Olivia Rodrigo's "Good for You," but just the part where she's like, and she goes, maybe I'm too emotional. That part, but then also here we go again.
Yep.
Bo Burnham in this damn podcast. But just the part in Sexting when he's like, another night on my own, yeah. Stuck in my home, yeah. Sitting alone, one hand on my dick and one hand on my phone. Yeah, that's me.
Didn't you get into the car and you were humming it and then you got into my car and I was playing that exact moment in the song?
Yep. Magic. Friendship. That was loud. Sorry for the listeners.
Okay, everyone. So this week we are going to be addressing a few things. We're going to be answering a big question from one of our amazing listeners.
Hot honey rag.
And then...
That wasn't funny. Don't laugh at that.
The hot honey rag?
It's Chicago.
From Chicago?
I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit that I have watched Chicago every night this week.
Why are you embarrassed by that?
Because
that's an amazing movie.
But you don't need to watch it that many times.
Why not?
I don't know. I just get home and I'm just like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's...
Dude, that opening scene.
Catherine Zeta-Jones in that movie could kick me in the teeth. I love her in that movie.
When I think of Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think about how Michael on The Office, he had Catherine Zeta-Jones as his wife who passed away.
I don't remember this.
It's in Threat Level Midnight.
Oh,
he's like Michael Scarn, and he's like my wife Catherine.
God, she's really. Listen. I'm gonna say this quick thing and we move on to the question. I'm just gonna say this right now. The Academy owes Queen Latifah an apology because they put Catherine Zeta-Jones. This happens all the time at the Oscars, and it's bull. Because they put people in certain categories because they know they'll have a better chance of winning. AKA, they put Viola Davis in the Best Supporting category when she won for Fences, even though we all know she should have won the Best Actress.
Yeah, because she was the lead.
She was the lead. But with Catherine Zeta-Jones, they put her in the Best Supporting, and so she won for that. But we all know, had she been put in lead, Queen Latifah would have won Best Supporting.
Matron Mama Morton.
I'm moving on.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by how much you know about award shows.
It's my whole life.
It's baffling to me, truly. You're like a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah. Yes.
Ding!
Put the wrist in. Flick. What do you say? Is it flick the wrist?
Yeah. Flick the wrist.
One of my favorite vines is the song that was like, look at the flick of the wrist. They took Romeo and Juliet, but the classic one, and they're all just like, da da da, and they're like, look at the flick of the wrist.
God.
Okay, anyways.
That's so stupid.
Sorry, my loud laugh.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's iconic.
Okay, so we have a question from our listener, Jameson,
beloved.
Jameson, we go way back. Hey, congratulations, buddy.
Dude, congratulations on being a married man.
He just got hitched to a wonderful, wonderful person, and I'm just so happy to call you a friend. Thank you so much for this question because it's a doozy.
Jameson also, not to get too personal, but I think he and I we've always crossed paths. We have you and Cassandra. We have Cassandra the other day was like, I'm gonna need royalties for how many times you mentioned me on this podcast. But
girl, when we start making money,
we'll give it to you. But we've always crossed paths. But he and I have had some fantastic conversations in the past couple of months.
I think that's him. He is just so really good at having deep conversations. He's one of those people where there's no bullshit. He really does care about you and your soul and your well-being.
And he's so this is gonna sound so stupid, but he's so intelligent.
So smart. Yeah.
I love a deep thinker.
So smart, so kind.
It's the pretentious part in me.
Oh, well, I mean, it's really, really refreshing.
It is, though.
In this day and age.
Yeah, I just love somebody who, will say something that I go, yeah, I never would have thought that.
Yeah, I could talk to him for hours. He's fabulous.
Fantastic.
And speaking of hours, the answer to this question could last for hours, so let's get started. So he's asked us, if you had the time, means, and resources to produce or direct any play or musical you could, what would it be? Would it be original? And if it's a pre-existing piece, what would be your unique spin that you've always wanted to see realized?
God.
It's such a good question.
It's like eating good cake.
Jameson, I know you asked us this over a month ago, and we've literally needed this much time to think about it. So we're gonna do our best to answer this one. So Kiki, would you like to take it away?
Sure. I'm gonna say my full answer and then give an honorable mention.
Okay.
Should I do the honorable mention first, since it's the shorter one?
Yes.
Okay, the honorable mention is, this is going to be controversial, but it is Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Mm-hmm. But I think what would be really interesting is to make the set, like, have you ever seen Cabaret, the movie? Mm-hmm. You know how, like, they have, like, the mirrors that are, like, reflections of people? Like, it's a set of mirrors, right? But I think it's such a play that's about, like, the double life of, like, the double person, like, not double personality, but, like, the who we want to be versus who we're conditioned to be.
So would the audience be able to see themselves the whole time? They would,
but at the same time, like, oh God, I just would want to play with so much with identity, because I think everybody in that play is hiding something and is lying to somebody else about themselves and to the world. And so I just think it'd be interesting to look at that relationship between, like, ourselves as people and, like, who do we present ourselves as versus who do we not let people see, right? But here are these characters who are trapped on this plantation that is, like, falling apart and, like, is trying to present this image of something, but everybody can see that they're, like, lying. So, like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that's the honorable mention. The real deal.
Yeah, tell me the real
deal is to do the play that have I talked about before on this podcast? Maybe I haven't.
Kiki, I don't think you've ever talked about this.
So God.
I'm really excited right now.
I'm going to say this right now, right here, right now, as Gabriella and Troy saying, if somebody ever takes this idea from me, I'm not a murderer.
Trademark.
But I will be very upset.
Trademark all of this.
So my dream is to direct, right now, in the current point in my life as a 20-something-year-old, is to direct Jordan Tannehill's Botticelli in the Fire. However, I want it to be in a warehouse. Like, I dream of it, like, there's this great, like, gay, go ahead and slurp, honey. Go ahead and let the kids hear that little...
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Do it again, please. What just happened? Did you choke? Oh my God. It's okay. That was iconic. I'm sorry. Are you good? Should we pause?
No.
Okay.
No, we're definitely keeping that
in.
Oh
my God. I'm crying a little bit.
Sorry, that was the last little bit of my Baja Blast that I had tequila in, so I really needed to drink all of it. And I just went down the wrong pipe a little bit.
I wish there was a video recording of that. Just you being like...
It reminded me of the meme that was going around of that cat with the really messed up face that's going like...
Oh my God.
Anyways, I'm so sorry. This is your dream.
No, listen. People have been crapping on my dream since '96.
No, I'm not trying to crap on your dream. I'm trying to choke on your dream.
Oh, well, now listen. I don't do choking, but well, never mind. Listen.
I'm sorry. Is it hot in here?
No, it's okay. Listen, I've been choked before. Not in the way I wanted to either.
Oh no.
That's a whole other story.
We can talk about it some other time.
Parent trauma. Okay, so.
Oh my God.
Botticelli in the Fire, right? But it's this play that's so much about, like, it's about Sandro Botticelli, like, as he's painting The Birth of Venus, which has become one of the most famous paintings in the world. Mm-hmm. But it's also his relationship with Leonardo da Vinci and, like, being an artist in the world who is going to make something that upsets people, despite the fact that you're somebody who the people demand, right? Mm-hmm. So it's this idea of, like, the cost you make of being an artist where you can sell out and you can do the things that are gonna pay those dollars and give you that fame, or you can make the things that are going to challenge and push audiences, but may come at the risk of people absolutely hating you, right? Mm-hmm. But I think a huge part of that show, so much of its writing and so much of this the world that it is so, in my eyes, so heavily influenced by, like, late 80s, mid 90s, like early 90s New York, like, fashion culture and ball culture.
Wow.
And so, like, I imagine that this show would be totally site specific. Like, maybe you could do it in a gay club, you could do it at a warehouse, but, like, I'm talking, I want, like, original costumes. Like, I want, like, in my head I go, like, this is, like, stuff that you would get people who, like, are inspired by, like, Jean-Paul Gaultier or, like, Vivienne Westwood or, like, Alexander McQueen. People who, like, these designers who, like, are known for creating fashion that is now a staple, but at the time when they made it, everybody was like, you're never going to make it in the fashion world because this is hideous. And now they're a household name, just like Botticelli. So it's just all of that. So like warehouse, like neon lights, disco ball. Like I imagine that like the intro to Act 2 is this like Vogue dance battle, like this, like, I mean, but like, it like somehow cuts into the fact that like people keep leaving because they're dying, because it's also looking at like the fact that gays are being killed, which is a very heavy thing, like AIDS in the 90s. So, and it just, I'm probably not explaining it very well, but like just something that is like lived, breathed, and like through and throughout is like referencing, giving ode, giving love to like artists, specifically artists who have been prominent in gay culture, and their way that they have pioneered and like shaped the way that we see the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you would direct this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would direct this. But it would be so expensive because like I would want like, once again, I shouldn't say I would want. I hate saying I want. I would like, you know, like I said, to be like in a warehouse or a place where it feels like that's, I think about like Keith Haring, where like Keith Haring would make these amazing paintings that he's now famous for, and then go to the Paradise Garage and just tear it up all night and have fun with his gays. Like that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to recreate that. So, like I said, I could talk about this for the next 20 minutes, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, I love it. That's amazing. Can I ask a few questions?
Sure.
What's your dream cast?
Whoa,
do you
celebrities or people I just know?
Yeah, like celebrities. It could be people that you know.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
a lot of people I know are celebrities of my heart.
Me too. But I don't.
Really?
I just imagine that. I think that even though Botticelli is written as a quote unquote male, I think that it's actually probably somebody who's like trans.
Wow, okay.
I just think that it's like, once again, it's looking at people who pioneer and who make the way and who like think outside of the box and who are like leaders in change. And I think that trans people are 100% the reason why so many of us as gay individuals, gay cis individuals, are even allowed to like do what we do.
Wow.
So I think that, in my opinion, I would want to cast a trans man as Botticelli.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you said site specific.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what site specific even is?
So it's the idea that you don't do it in a theater. So like I said, like in my dream, right? It's like if Riches was cool enough about it, I would do it there. You know what I'm saying? Riches is a gay club in San Diego. But like has two parts to the rooms. Like one part's the dance floor. There's an outside section now, and then there's like a little area, but like it's the idea that you're taking a space that was once normally like maybe a rundown business or whatever, but you're letting people enter a space and you're transforming it and going, this is now a place where theater will take place.
I live right down the street from Riches.
Yeah, honey.
I asked the question for people who don't know.
Yes.
But so like doing it in a place that doesn't necessarily have to, it doesn't need to conform to the typical theater theatrical space. Correct.
I mean, like, I would even want it to, like, go as far as, like, promotional ads. Like, I think a lot about, like, Vogue or, like, Out Magazine or, like, King Kong Magazine. These magazines that, like, when they posted, like, gay-related things were, like, just, like, you heathens! And it's, like, but they now, once again, are pioneers in our world. So I think it's just all about reflecting on, like, who have we shunned in the past for doing things that we now love so much? Yeah. And how can we be like, yo, I'm sorry, but thank you so much for this.
Could there be immersive aspects to it as well?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, honey, you get a drink ticket and you go dance on the floor before the show happens. You don't just sit down. You go, you everything, like every step of the way. Wow. You should be immersed in what you're seeing. That's so cool. Never once should there be a dull moment. Never. Neon lighting. Like, I imagine this, like, angel that's in a neon light, but somehow slowly becomes a devil over the time because people are dying. Wow. Yeah. So I'm telling you, I could talk about this forever, honey. That's me. What's yours?
So I have one that I've thought about for a really long time as far as an original piece. Oh. So I have an idea for an original piece that's a musical,
Mm-hmm.
and an idea for an original piece that's a play.
Mm.
So for the original musical, I would want to do... Now, please hear me out.
Okay.
I would want to do a jukebox type musical
Of
with all of the Dixie Chicks songs.
work. Now, remember, honey, there's the chicks now.
There's the what?
They're just the chicks now.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So I would kind of want to like do
Here you go again. Here you go again. You know what? But go get them, boys. Go get them.
Go get them. When did they change their name?
The Dixie Chicks?
Mm-hmm.
It was like because when they came out with their most recent album, you ever heard Gaslighter?
Mm-mm.
Gaslight. Oh, honey, that's a song. But yeah, they checked right last year. Was it last year? It was like in the past 5 years they've no longer gone by the Dixie Chicks because of the Dixie.
I would need to choose like the songs that I would want that would fit in the story.
Okay.
But I like my take on it I wouldn't want there to be any kind of like love story in it at all, and I would want it to be like a coming of age story. Yeah.
My favorite kind of story. I am the coming of age stories whore. I love them.
Yeah, so coming of age musical, all the songs, all like the super famous songs from the Chicks.
Yeah.
Because I grew up listening to their music. It's just like kind of
it's
like
a part of you.
ingrained in me.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And
they were once again people who stood up for what they believed in, and the world, damn it, the world said get out of here.
I know,
which is ridiculous because they really weren't doing anything wrong besides being like, well, anyways.
Yeah, well, exploring like the problematic like parts of them, and I haven't like fully thought about exactly how I would want to do this. If I would want it to be about them,
correct,
or if I would want it to be like about a character, and then their music influences that character.
So, correct me if I'm please correct me. What is it more of like a Mamma Mia thing where it's like you take this idea? You just take the songs and you make a story out of it? Is it more of like a Jagged Little Pill thing where you're taking like an iconic album and
that's
just
the question.
just doing it? Or is it like a Beautiful Carole King where you're like, I'm gonna tell the story of this person while using their music?
Yeah, that's the question.
Got you.
And whatever the strongest choice would be.
Damn it, I said it.
No. Whatever the strongest choice would be. But that is like a dream.
Yeah, I love it.
Far off
I
in the
love
distance.
it.
Because I'm not good at I don't understand musical composition. I would need
Lord.
I would need someone to
explain.
Or work with me on it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with story structure.
Yeah. You could write it easily.
I'm pretty good with story structure, but then, would I direct it? I don't know. But I would just want to, create it.
Love that.
Be a producer on it.
Love that.
The play.
This is the one I'm curious about.
So, I love how you brought up Botticelli, because the play that I would want to do, and I think, TM, do not steal this idea, okay? Or if it's already been done, I will punch somebody.
Okay.
So, you know how I love Van Gogh.
Okay. Don't forget the Van Gogh exhibits in LA. I want to go.
I know. I want to go really bad. So, I have... my favorite painting by him is The Starry Night. And I have it, and I've had it all over my... I've had it all over my life for a long time. I think that his story is so tragic and sad.
No, keep going. I'll tell you afterwards.
I think it's super sad and super tragic. However, one of the most incredible parts of his story never gets told.
Which is?
The reason why he's famous is because of his brother's widow.
Oh.
Her name was Johanna van Gogh Bonger. And she, after he passed away... So, he passed away.
Right.
6 months later,
yeah.
her husband died. Theo.
Okay.
Which was his Van Gogh's brother.
Right.
She was then left with hundreds of paintings. Hundreds of paintings just surrounded her. And she had a son. At this point, her and her husband were lucky enough to have a son before he passed away. And so she literally just made it her life's work to get Vincent's paintings out there.
Wow.
And famous.
Wow.
Teo was an art dealer. His brother was an art dealer. He could never, ever sell any of Van Gogh's paintings, ever.
Wow.
Vincent's paintings were seen as obscene.
Right.
And, like, I mean, he was in a mental institution when he painted The Starry Night. Like, his, like, brushstrokes were seen as, like, choppy and disgusting. And, like, people hated it.
Yeah.
But Joe worked so hard.
Wow.
And the reason that everybody knows his name is because of this woman.
Wow. Listen, I want to see that play. Now, let me tell you something. We need to go to Palm Springs because I saw my very first Van Gogh, like, in life, like, original Van Gogh in Palm Springs. They have one at the Art Museum. And
That's so cool.
And
now,
it's
like, after, like, learning about that, and obviously I would want to do more research. And, like, there are Van Gogh historians all over the world.
Of course.
But, like, I would want to write this play.
Yeah.
And then produce it. And I would want to, like, have an awesome, badass female director.
So, when you starting? You think I'm playing?
It's also right now.
You think I'm playing? You better get the pen and the paper, honey.
Yeah, so those are our ideas. Steal our ideas.
Don't steal TM. Have you seen Loving Vincent?
No.
I think you gotta watch that. But
what is it? What?
It's about Van Gogh. It's a Van Gogh.
No, but like, is it a TV show or a movie?
No, it's a movie. Yeah, look at Living. And there's one more with I'm blanking. My film knowledge is blanking. But with William Dafoe, is that the same one? It's not the same one, is it?
Oh, a 2017 film.
It's right. Is it about Van Gogh? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm
the
too
world's
emotional.
first fully painted feature film. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Oh, so it's not about Vincent. A young man comes to the last hometown of painter Vincent van Gogh to deliver the troubled artist's final letter and ends up investigating precisely what occurred in the artist's final days.
Yeah.
It's kind of disputed. So, like, people, like, say that he killed himself.
Yes.
By shooting himself in the chest, which is a very odd way to die, to kill oneself. I mean, we don't need to talk about that. Sorry, trigger warning.
Sorry.
But so it's disputed that actually he might have been killed.
I don't want to like. Okay, listen. It's gonna be a long episode today. Just deal with it. They say that that's what happened in Kubrick. They say that Kubrick was killed after even though they say he died after, because he died 6 days after he made Eyes Wide Shut, and they say he died of a heart attack. But some people believe that he was exposing the whole like Jeffrey Epstein gag of it all,
my gosh,
and was like murdered for trying to really like that movie has so much bad juju around it. I mean, it killed Nicole and Tom's marriage. Kubrick died. I mean, it was a time, but to be an artist and make controversial art, honey, the world will kill you for it. The world will kill you. That's why never mind. Never mind.
No, say it.
Enough said.
Say it.
I just feel like if I were to die, it would be because I made a piece of art that somebody was like...
Oh, wow.
Like, I feel like I would... This is going to sound so egotistical. I hate I'm saying this. But I feel like I don't want to, but I could see myself going out in like a John Lennon way. Do you know what I'm saying? Where like some crazy fan just like kills me.
Wow.
I'm your biggest fan. You follow me wherever, or I messed up the lyric, whatever.
No, I know what you're saying.
That was really narcissistic. I don't like
that. No, it's not narcissistic at all. It's our lives are artists' lives are fun and scary.
Well, it's so interesting. Oh yeah, keep going.
Interesting and crazy.
Well, it's so funny because like I'm trying to finish a short film screenplay and I let my friend read it, and it was like hysterical how like she could clock everything, and I wasn't even trying. I was just writing, but she was like, "Is that supposed to be you?" And I'm like, "That's not supposed to be me." But
wow, I mean, but how could you not?
Yeah,
how could you write what you know, right?
Yep.
So how could you not?
How could you not?
Well, everyone, thank you, Jameson. Amazing question.
Dude.
It really made me think, and I wish like I had more like in-depth answers.
I honestly like I once again could have talked about this probably the entire episode, but for a question, baby, and that was fantastic. Incredible.
I think we're gonna take a break right about now.
But please enjoy this word from our sponsor.
this week's episode is brought to you by masks. Wear one.
That's all. Okay, so we're gonna try something new this week. It's a new segment that we're gonna test out. We're calling it The Cold Read, which we definitely will probably change that title. But for now, it's gonna be a little segment where we take 1 minute to just read something that's bothering us, specifically in the theater world.
I want you to give me this cold read, Kian.
Okay, so I want to start my 1 minute now.
Yeah, timer is starting now.
My cold read today is a soft, not even soft, a really nice, a really quite frankly, you go yourself, you stupid, to this old who literally has no fucking clue what's going on half of the fucking time, but decides to intervene. Listen, let me tell you something. If you're doing theater for money, off. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, theater is not a thing that has to be built on dollars. Maybe that's just me. I understand that you can't have business without theater because, of course, everything's a business. But for God's sakes, if all you can care about is money, maybe you should go be a accountant. Maybe you should go, I don't know, be an IRS person. Something else. But if you're gonna kill people's things, here's a great idea. You know what your first job is as a theater artist? To read. Something that he probably could never do because he's too busy trapped up in drinking a beer, being an alcoholic. Off. And that's 1 minute. Okay, Jill Jones, this is your cold read. Baby, your time, it begins right now.
Alright, my cold read this week is about Twilight. Sorry, everyone. I'm just gonna have to do this. I just recently watched all of the Twilight movies, all the way through, and I gotta tell you, no, all of them suck. They're all terrible. I don't care if you were going for an indie feel with the first one. It sucked. Just because it's quote-unquote indie doesn't mean that it's good. There's absolutely no reason for anyone to be attracted to Bella for any fucking reason. I do not understand it. She's not interesting. She's not funny. She's not pretty. She's not smart. Why these two are pining after her, I have no fucking idea, and I don't think it's believable, and I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's cute, and I don't think it's smart, and I don't think it's awesome, or whatever the I absolutely cannot stand it. I want it away from me. I never want to watch one of those movies again. If I have to see the inside of Kristen Stewart's mouth ever again, I will shit my pants. Is that a minute?
That's about 1 minute, yeah. Wow. The goop, the gob, and I'm weightless.
And that's the read.
We're gonna have to censor that.
I feel like my blood pressure has risen.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't like being outwardly upset about things.
No. Who does? Nobody wants to be upset, but listen.
But it feels good to let it out.
Honey, yes, because
But in the right context.
Right. I mean, listen. Yes. Because otherwise I have no job. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be real blunt about it, honey.
This way is going to get fired.
I would take the loss because I would be like, I have something called self-respect sometimes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Every once in a while, it takes a one stupid hoe who usually is white to make me go, you know what? Wait a minute, Kian. Girl, you do got some respect in this life. Put that on the damn plate and serve it up.
I look over at our producer and he's like,
Listen, I to my white friends out there, you're good people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the company you keep, baby.
Yeah.
It's all in the company you keep.
Company. Yeah, sometimes I agree.
Bobby, baby.
You know, I've once, here I go, being a real F-slur. You know, I once tried to, adequately try to, figure out all the, lyrics to that song. Like, I never sing it, but to be like, let me listen as, if I was an actor in this show, and, when am I supposed to say Bobby? Or when am I supposed to say my Bobby line?
It's ridiculous.
Too much. I'm like, see, sometimes I think you're brilliant, but baby, on that one...
It's too much.
You could have pumped the brakes.
Hey, Kiki.
What's up, baby?
How the... are ya?
Oh, my God.
So, we have some news from Broadway.
Broadway, Broadway, how great you are.
Yes.
I'm taking you something to be a Broadway star.
Listen, you better never say that you're not a singer.
Do you know where that's from?
On Broadway.
It's Gypsy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's in like that weird, like, you know when they have like the audition in the show?
Yeah.
And it's like the last number with Baby June.
Oh my gosh.
Before she's like, I'm never doing this again.
You won't catch me out here ever again.
She's like, I'm out of here. And then Mama Rose is like, no!
Patty!
Listen, Patty destroyed, like, nobody else, quite frankly, should ever play Mama Rose because Patty LuPone is like, hi.
Yeah, she
all of you are weak.
Mm-hmm.
The worst one's Bernadette Peters, which I love, but she's the worst.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it's just the nasal's not for Broadway.
Yeah, no. Well, not for that show.
Not for that show. Yeah.
So on, July 30th, Broadway announced that it is going to be requiring proof of vaccination to come and see the shows. So you must have your COVID vaccine and be at least 14 days out from your second dose. And you got to wear a mask.
Now, here's my thing I have a question about.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Johnson & Johnson house? What are they supposed to do?
Oh, so like, if it was a 2-dose vaccine,
yeah,
then you have to be 14 days out from that. If it was a 1-dose vaccine, you have to be 14 days out from that. So
sure. Dang it.
They will be asking like for the brand.
It's a good thing I purchased some vaccine card holders for when I go to New York.
My brand.
I really just want to like put it on the lanyard and like bring those days back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
So this policy is being, it was announced by Actors Equity and the Broadway League. So like they're all in agreement with it. And because of that, our theater in particular, the one that we work for,
Cygnet Theater,
decided, okay, it's time. And so Cygnet was the first theater to announce their COVID and mask requirements for reopening. Excuse me,
I
motorcycle
cannot
guy.
deal with you.
If you have a tiny penis, please let us know.
I'm okay. Listen, well, keep going.
You know why I said that, right?
Yes.
Okay, the compensation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to know.
Listen! I just think it's so kind of interesting, though, that people, like, are fine with it for Broadway, but are, like, really getting upset out here on the San Diego coast. There's no coast for San Diego.
Well, I mean, we don't know how people are reacting over there.
True.
So, here's the dealio. In New York and on Broadway, their policy is actually a little bit stricter than the one that we are doing here as of right now. And I will say that this policy can change at any time for any reason, aka like, what if we close again? I'm not trying to be negative. I don't want to be like, I do not want to live in that, and I don't want to put energy into that, but
we do have 2 variants that are putting on their heels and taking the girls out.
The Delta?
Honey, the Delta and the Lambda.
And we're scared. I'm terrified. So this was the only way that we thought maybe there's a chance that we can stay open through this. So our policy, the one that we've announced, and the one that several theaters, which we'll talk about, have followed in San Diego after us. So our policy is this. When you come to see the show, you must provide proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 PCR test taken within 72 hours of the performance.
Which, like, I'm sorry, but, like, this is coming from me. As like, I am vaccinated, but even if I wasn't, Mama, I do not want to take a PCR test. I don't even know where you get that from. Where the hell do you get that from?
I mean, isn't it just like the regular, like, rapid test?
God, if I know.
I think that it is, or just, like, it has to be taken. So, like, if you don't get the rapid test, your results are, like, available, at least the one that I've taken before, like, it's going to be available within, like, 72 hours. So you would have to get that, like, literally right before and then pray your results come in.
Yep, I mean...
in time. Or just get a rapid test.
Me today, even though, like, I'm not going to say to keep the privacy of what I'm doing, but like I'm a part of something, and I haven't even been to any. I've not been in the room. I've just been working from home.
Mm-hmm.
But something that I'm involved in, somebody who was in it was exposed to somebody who had COVID. So they've asked all of us to get tested because we all are going to have to be there next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious because both of us got tested today, right?
Yeah, I did.
God.
I wanted to after going to Disneyland just because I was around so many people and I felt like, you know what, I don't want to be in a tiny box office and not know for sure. So I wore my mask. I, didn't get super close to anybody, didn't hug anybody, and I got my test. So, like, I just want to be sure, I just want to...
No, listen, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I don't... Dude, if I accidentally, like, gave someone COVID, I would want to jump out the window. I would be so scared and sad.
My friend thought she gave me COVID, but she didn't.
Oh my gosh.
She didn't.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a scary thought.
It is, man, because it is a lifelong... It seems like it's not some, like, oops, I got it. It's the cold, I'm done. It's like... I think I've told you before how I know somebody who got it and... not the same person anymore.
So
not
sad.
The same person anymore.
So scary. I just don't want to get sick, man. I don't want anybody to get sick because of me.
And honey, with this flu season coming up, put the mask on, Barbara. Mm-hmm. Listen, the way, though... So we announced. So we came up with this policy. Wow, almost a week from tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Friday?
We announced it.
We announced it on Saturday, didn't we?
Yes.
So we announced it on Saturday.
So it'll be a week out. Yeah. So, the response has been
interesting,
pretty positive, honestly, among our patrons. So the people who regularly come to see our shows.
Yes.
We got like, bravo, thank you so much. Like, this is wonderful.
Other
We're so
theaters
grateful.
were like, yo, thanks for doing this, which is what I've been trying to say this whole time, where I'm like, just be the trendsetter. Hello.
Mm-hmm. So, Coronado Playhouse.
Yes.
Diversionary.
Yes.
And North Coast Rep all have announced the exact same policy as us.
Some guy on the Facebook post for Cygnet was like, I'm never going back to the North Coast Rep because they didn't have a policy.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, you're probably going back now because they got one.
Yeah, well, maybe you just hold your horses there, Steven.
Or maybe you're tired of eating unseasoned chicken.
Yeah. Anyways, so there are... the population of California... As of today, August 6th, when we are recording, yes, we record a few days before the release date, is 53.3% of Californians are vaccinated. So...
I mean, weren't we aiming for 70? Back in July?
I mean...
Oh, okay.
To get herd immunity... Well, I think we're past getting herd immunity now because of the variants, but...
These a-holes.
It would have had to be like 95%.
I will say, if we're talking about response, I have to talk about 3. So we put it on the Instagram. We sent it out in the email. We put it on the Instagram.
The Cygnet Instagram?
Yes. Okay. There were 3 responses. So, like, there's these groups that eventually caught wind of us and were like, go post on them. Go give them hell. And the 3 comments that I was like, oh my God. One of which I replied to because I was being a real bitch and I didn't care. Mm-hmm. Where the first one, some woman was like, I did not see this coming, and like spelled literal Nazi, and was like,
I saw that one.
Yeah, and was like, oh my God, like, you guys realize that this is, no one's going to come to your business, blah, blah, blah. And I was just a straight bitch and was like, well, isn't it so great we won't see you there either?
I like that.
The other 2 though, the 2 that I was like, I get you're stupid. Sorry, but I shouldn't call people who aren't vaccinated stupid. That's not nice. But it's like, whatever. But the 2 that I was like, sweetheart, you really just like jumped a line that's not that serious was 1... No, that was from you. Somebody was like, I'm not going to wear a pink triangle again. Which, if you don't know what a pink triangle is, that was in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And it was meant to like be like this Jewish individual is a homosexual, which is... It was a hate symbol, which is crazy. I mean, it's now... It's become a symbol of power. But anyways, that's crazy. The one that got me, though, was there was this guy who commented who goes, you know, I'd like to believe that when I go somewhere, I go to a place that has is a place that accepts people with open minds and open choices. I don't choose to go to a dictatorship. And the key is this last line. He goes, Hitler would be proud. I was like, are you really going to compare? Like, I know it's probably just a troll, but it's like, are you really going to even mention that? Like, over a jab that could I'm not even going to say you. That could just benefit the world. You're going to be that selfish? Go off, Queen.
Well, my incredible uncle put it best. You're either selfish or stupid. Amen. If you refuse to wear a mask. And I do think that parts of that apply to the vaccine as well. And so, like, if you do not... But, like, there are the people who can't get vaccinated for health reasons. Or, like, if they're under 12 or, like, whatever. Sure. So there is the opportunity to come into the theater with a negative COVID test. And the thing that really kicks me is people who, first of all, don't come to our theater who are upset about this.
All these people who comment I don't even think if you ask them, never have you even been. So it's like, who cares about you? Like, you don't even show up. Sorry.
They don't know what it is. Nope. They've never attended a show. And if they have, it's only one show and they bought one ticket like several years ago.
Yep.
And this one woman said, I am just so upset that you're demanding papers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find that very fascinating because when I was a bartender, I would have to ask for this little thing called an ID.
An ID, honey.
Because it's illegal to consume alcohol without a valid ID on your person. Did you know that?
But I will say, they've eased up on that. I can't tell you how many times, maybe not, like, I feel like nowadays, I see how the kids can sneak in. Mm-hmm. I'm like...
It definitely varies from place to place, but like if it's a corporate restaurant,
right?
We are so strict on it, and we would have these things called shoppers. They were secret shoppers. They would come in and they would make sure that you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. And if you don't ask for ID and you serve somebody that's possibly underage, you can literally go to jail. You can be arrested. It is against the law. So we've been asking for quote unquote papers for all the time for everything.
I mean, I don't know. It's like you give your ID to a valet person. Like, I don't know. It's like you give your ID to... Like, it's like you see a movie, you gotta show your ID if you're 18. Like, I don't know. It's like...
Yeah.
We're so programmed to do other things that it's like this one thing is bothering you that much that you have to like... Like, girl, I don't care. If I gotta flash the car, I'll flash the car and move on in my life.
Yeah. Well, luckily, over 70% of San Diegans, as of August 3rd, are vaccinated. Fully vaccinated in San Diego.
Thank you, God.
So we are doing pretty good in terms of, like, the entire population. Obviously, there are going to be some people who can't get it for health reasons. There are going to be kids who can't take it, and that makes sense. It's where we get into some, like, pretty difficult territory when there are people who are trying to convince other people to not get vaccinated for reasons that make almost no sense at all. But this is going to directly affect who comes to see the shows. And like I said, it's been very, very positive from our patrons and our actors.
Which is what matters.
Yeah, those are the people who really, really matter.
I mean, I think of it in this way, too, where it's like, you wouldn't want to come see a show. Like, Mama, if I had to go to a show and I knew that I was like, oh, God, like, here I'm gonna, I couldn't focus. Mm-hmm. I'd probably leave. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, people are, like, Broadway doing that, and I was like, do you know how many seats are in a Broadway theater? Like, you put in all those bodies in the room, and you're gonna try, there's no way in hell. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, listen, I'm gonna be that, like, I'm not like other girls. Listen, the first the first quarantine was difficult, but it was a really important time. Mm-hmm. Darling, you could not pay me enough money to do that again. Yeah. I made it work for myself. I really did. But Mama June, Mama dear, honey, put the mask on. I don't want to deal with it.
Well, I think about what would happen if we did have to close again.
We'd be screwed. We could not survive.
I don't think... I don't want to be a downer or anything, but I don't know if we would survive it.
We wouldn't.
I just don't know if we would, and I don't want to take that risk, and I will personally do anything I can to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah, to me, I think of it like, think about your favorite business, or I don't know, like your favorite establishment. Chances are, which I don't think we would have to get to that point again. But if we ever did, your favorite establishment would probably not survive.
And that would be terrible, and it would be for no good reason.
No.
So, on top of the vaccinations and the negative COVID tests, we are also strongly encouraging everyone, regardless of vaccination status, to also wear a mask. If you are not vaccinated, you will be required to wear a mask.
Well, never mind.
What?
I was going to go to a concert tonight, but it was indoors and they didn't require masks. And I was like, in this close counter? No, thank you. I was like, and I'm bummed because it's a damn good band, but I was like, I don't know how I feel about sitting up next to some random Barb or Dan.
I gotta say thank you for doing that. That's really, really cool.
Listen, I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's how our policy differs from Broadway, because Broadway is requiring masks whether you're vaccinated or not.
Yeah. Which, I gotta be honest with you, I am kind of in favor of that. I don't know. I go, like, we've already been wearing it for so long. Like, quite frankly, I'd much rather wear it and have a great time than take it off and be like, ooh, am I gonna risk something? Because I just... the experience of whatever it would be, God forbid, like if I went, like tonight, it's like if I went and I got COVID, I would always hate that thing. You know, it's like the memory would be immediately soiled it. Soiled it. Is there an off button on this thing?
But like actually is there.
True.
I think, well, the staff is going to be required to wear masks.
Yeah.
Except for the actors, which honestly, think about the actors. The actors have to be on stage maskless because that's how they are going to be able to perform.
Correct.
And then they're going to have literally thousands of people a week sitting in front of them.
Yep.
They need to be protected.
On opening night, girl, you can already bet that I'm going to find a mask that goes with my outfit.
They need to be protected, and the staff is going to be required. All of our staff is vaccinated, so I think it's pretty solid. Like you said, it might be better if masks were required just across the board. That way, there wouldn't be any like question at all.
Yes, because I do think people are going to have this like, well, they're not wearing one. I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, and that's honestly fair.
I just think it's so interesting how it's like. To me, it's so interesting because I always think to myself, like, concerts and theater or, like, film, like movies, right? Mm-hmm. There are these things that, like, bring together people from two different sides that would never cross paths in their real life, but in a dark room, being entertained, suddenly those things go away. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's really interesting that suddenly that does not matter anymore, and that people... still, maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I just feel like people still are allowing that to taint their experience. And I go, if you want to have a good time, can't we just all agree to this one thing and go, okay, like if I chose to come, I'm going to do this thing.
I had a thought yesterday, because I'm, debating whether or not to travel at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And I had this thought, because we were talking about like, oh, well, like, do we really want to go to this place because they're going to be requiring masks? It's indoors. Like, do you really want to experience it while you're wearing a mask? And I thought, like, but what if we always have to wear a mask? Like, for the rest of our lives?
I have a feeling that it could be that way. And I don't know. Like, except for the summer when it's hot as hell. Mama, like, really? Yeah. Oh. All right, boys. Get them again. Why so many well, it's summertime. Yeah. But I do go, like, baby, in the winter, during flu season, I'm wearing my mask still because hoes out here just cough with the mouth open, and I'm like, that's nasty. Don't spread your damn germs.
I watched a child lick a pole. Okay, he licked the pole.
To be fair,
he was sucking on it like it was a lollipop.
Listen,
I was like, my dude.
I once did that, but there were reasons why I did that. But I was on.
Wait, as an adult?
Yes, I was on drugs.
I can't talk to you.
I was on drugs. I was on drugs. Anyways, so I just feel like it's.
Wait, you said you're gonna get a mask that goes with your outfit?
No, I'm not one of those people who care. Like, of course, like if I coordinate, I can, but I'm not gonna. I don't care that much
because of the Delta.
The Delta wears Prada.
Wow.
We said the episode. I love when podcasts say the title in the episode.
That's the title.
We did it.
There it is.
So is it tickety talkity time? Or no?
Oh no, it's time.
Yeah.
That's the policy. That's the T. It's subject to change.
Listen,
and please don't come for your. Don't come for the box office.
Yeah. Don't do that. Like don't.
I talked to the reporter today.
Oh my god, that's right. You were on the news.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Should we post that?
Yeah, we should post that.
But she was like after like during the interview, she was like nodding and she was like all excited, and then like after it ended, she says like, "Oh my gosh, you're making this so easy. Like I love this. This is absolutely amazing. I love how these separate organizations are doing something. Like the city's not mandating it, so you guys are just taking the reins and you're doing it, and it's amazing." And I was just like, "Go off, Queen.
Yes,
like you should be doing this."
Thank you.
It was really, really exciting. I was like, "You should be on this."
Well, we're proud of you, Jill Jones, for being on the news.
Oh, thank you. It was really fun. You know me. I'm a theater person, so I love being the center of attention.
I do not. Where is my
honky?
I don't. Oh, I found it. Okay, I found mine.
Oh, it's a surprise for me, so
okay, here we go.
I don't know what it is.
Wait. Hold on.
Here we go. Why does my new AC sound like R2D2? I'm gay for C3PO.
It's been my favorite thing. Oh my god.
Why didn't you show me that sooner?
Because I've been waiting for the surprise.
That is so good. I love it.
Oh, I forgot the name. Hold on. The name is Discount Bo-Katan. Thank you for the humor. What's yours?
Okay. Mine's just a cute cat video.
Who doesn't love a cat video?
I love cute cats, but also I really like this guy's page. All right, here we go.
I play lying on the sunny floor, gently pushing a pig. It's everything I wanted more. It's my special time for myself. Fuck! How long have you been watching me? Oh, did you see my face? 'Cause you are not allowed to see it. It's back off.
Quite frankly, those vocals, like, how dare you come in with that beautiful voice?
Yeah, he sings to his cat, and this cat's just like, the lyrics are describing exactly what the cat's doing.
Sure.
So, that's at Jake.Much, MUTCH on TikTok.
Well, you know what else they can add?
What?
Our Instagram, which is at Revolving Doors Pod.
You can add us on our Instagram.
Just search up Revolving Doors Podcast, and we're there. It's still brand new to us, so like forgive us for not knowing it.
Revolving Doors Pod.
Thank you. Okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
I always second guess myself.
It's the pod.
Well, it's been another great journey, kids.
Listen, I'm really, really, really grateful for you.
I am grateful for you.
And I know that this week has been quite a journey, but I'm really proud of you for sticking with it and sticking by me and sticking by theater. And it's really, really difficult to be doing something that doesn't seem real right now.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for us to go to see a show, and then we get to review it on the pod.
I know Hair's coming up soon in San Diego, so
hey,
it opens next week.
Get out of Hair.
I'm done. Wrap this up. I'm sick of this. Cut, paste. We love you. Get this corny bullshit on my ear.
Have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone. Happy Hump Day!
Happy Hump Day, and wear your sunscreen, kids. It's about to get really hot.
Go and hump your friends.
Thanks. Bye.